Chris Paul returns to Clippers, a legendary reunion. Imagine a basketball legend returning to the team where he made history, not to relive past glory, but to create a new legacy. This is the story of Chris Paul, the point god, who has rejoined the Los Angeles Clippers after years of dominating the court. But to understand the significance of this move, let's take a step back and explore the world of hip-hop, where reunions can be just as impactful. The hip-hop duo Clips, composed of brothers Pusha T and Malice, recently released their first album in 16 years, Let God Sort 'Em Out, produced by the renowned Pharrell Williams. This reunion was not just about reviving their past success, but about creating something new and meaningful. Similarly, Chris Paul's return to the Clippers is not just a nostalgic move, but a strategic one aimed at bringing a championship to the team. With Paul's exceptional ball handling skills and ability to take care of the basketball, he will undoubtedly make a significant impact on the team's performance. As Clippers president of basketball operations Lawrence Frank noted, Chris takes care of the ball and runs an offense about as well as anyone who's ever done it. But here's where it gets interesting. The Clippers are not getting the same Chris Paul who left the team in 2017. This time, he is a 40-year-old veteran who has played for several teams, including the Houston Rockets, Oklahoma City Thunder, and Phoenix Suns. And this is the part most people miss. Paul's role will be different this time around. He will be a high-quality reserve point guard, providing discipline and structure to the team. As Frank explained, we know that ball handling was a little bit of an issue for us last year. Ball handling and playmaking were areas we wanted to address this offseason. The Clippers' decision to sign Paul is not just about his individual skills, but about how he can contribute to the team's overall success. With Paul on board, the Clippers now have a deeper, more versatile roster, with 8 players over the age of 30. But can an old team win it all? History suggests that it's possible. The 1998 Chicago Bulls, led by Michael Jordan, won the championship with several players over 30. The 2011 Dallas Mavericks, led by Dirk Nowitzki, also won the championship with a roster featuring any theoretical success. And the 2016 Cleveland Cavaliers, coached by Tyronn Lue, won the championship with a team that included several players over 30. So, what does the future hold for the Clippers? Will they be able to overcome the challenges of having an older roster and make a deep playoff run? Only time will tell. But one thing is certain. Chris Paul's return to the Clippers is a significant move that will have a major impact on the team's performance. And as we watch the story unfold, we can't help but ask, what other reunions might be on the horizon? Will we see other legends return to their former teams, seeking to recreate past magic or forge new path to success? The world of sports is full of surprises, and one thing is for sure. The return of Chris Paul to the Clippers is a story that will be worth watching. As the Clippers look to the future, they will need to carefully manage their rotations minutes, with Paul, Nicolas Batum, and Brook Lopez playing key roles off the bench. The team's success will depend on their ability to balance the contributions of their veteran players with the needs of their younger stars. It's a delicate balance, but one that could pay off in a big way. So, Clippers fans, get ready for an exciting season, filled with drama, suspense, and maybe, just maybe, a championship. And to Chris Paul, we say, welcome back to the Clippers. You're not just a legend, you're a part of the team's history, and now, you're ready to make some new memories. Chris Paul returns to LA Clippers wearing No 3, CP3's new role and Clippers 2025 offseason updates. Chris Paul's return to the Los Angeles Clippers in his iconic number 3 jersey has sparked both excitement and debate. The NBA's most revered guard, who spent 6 seasons with the franchise from 2011 to 2017, will don the same number once again, marking a historic moment for the team. But here's where it gets controversial. While the Clippers have long celebrated Paul's legacy, the decision to retain his signature number raises questions about the balance between tradition and innovation. Lawrence Frank, the Clippers' president of basketball operations, emphasized that Paul's choice to wear number 3 is a nod to his personal history. He's worn number 3 his entire NBA career, Frank said, highlighting 3 All-Star appearances and over 17,000 points scored in that number. Yet the decision to keep the jersey isn't just about numbers. It's about honoring Paul's impact on the franchise. Bradley Beal, who wore number 3 with the Washington Wizards and Phoenix Suns, volunteered to give Paul his number, and we're thrilled he did. This gesture, however, has stirred mixed reactions. While many see it as a heartfelt tribute, others argue it undermines the uniqueness of Paul's identity. Why would a team prioritize a player's personal story over their on-court performance, one fan might wonder. Critics question whether the Clippers are leveraging Paul's return as a marketing tool, rather than a strategic move. But supporters argue that the decision reflects a deep respect for the player's contributions. The Clippers' offseason has been a whirlwind of acquisitions and departures. They signed Harden to a 2-year deal, traded Norman Powell to Miami for John Collins, and added Brook Lopez in free agency. Frank acknowledged the complexity of the situation. We had conversations with James Harden and Kawhi Leonard about how CP3 would fit this role. Both agreed he'd be the best fit, and it's clear James values winning. Paul, 40, will play a different role this time around. After starting 1,314 of his 1,354 career games and starting all 82 games last season with the Spurs, he'll primarily come off the bench. There'll be nights Chris plays a lot. There'll be nights he doesn't, Frank said, but his presence is crucial. He's excited to be back, to lead the team, and to contribute when called upon. The decision to retain number 3 also highlights the Clippers' commitment to preserving their legacy. While younger players like Beal may challenge Paul's status as the franchise's greatest, the team's focus remains on building a cohesive roster. We wanted to make sure the role made perfect sense from everyone's perspective, Frank explained. It's not just about the player, it's about the team's future. As the Clippers prepare for their season, the debate over Paul's return continues. Will his return be a catalyst for growth, or will it be seen as a nostalgic gesture? The answer lies in the game itself, where Paul's skills, leadership, and passion will shine. Whether critics agree or disagree, one thing is certain. Chris Paul's return to the Clippers is a defining moment in the franchise's history. Chris Paul's heartfelt goodbye to San Antonio Spurs, a legend's legacy. In an emotional and heartfelt gesture, Chris Paul took to social media to extend his deepest gratitude to the San Antonio Spurs and their loyal fan base. Nothing but love for the 210, Paul penned in his touching tribute, underscoring the special connection he formed during his stint with the team. Grateful for the journey, he continued, acknowledging the Spurs' rich history and bright future. Paul's words were a poignant farewell to an organization that welcomed him with open arms last season. Despite the inevitable parting as the Spurs look to the future with young talents like Stephon Castle, De'Aaron Fox, and Dylan Harper, Paul's professionalism and mentorship left an indelible mark on the team's rebuild. Throughout his 1-year tenure, Paul didn't just contribute on the court, averaging 8.8 points, 3.6 rebounds, 7.4 assists, and 1.3 steals per game. He also became a beacon of wisdom and experience for the Spurs' burgeoning stars. His dedication was celebrated in various ways, including a San Antonio mural in his honor, participation in the 2025 All-Star Skills Challenge, and playing all 82 games, a testament to his enduring skill and work ethic. But here's where it gets controversial. Some might argue that Paul's legacy with the Spurs could have been even more significant had the team's fortunes aligned differently. Yet, his impact on the young roster and the community cannot be overstated. As he prepares to rejoin the Clippers, the Spurs are left with fond memories and a renewed sense of purpose, thanks in no small part to Paul's influence. And this is the part most people miss. Behind the stats and the accolades, Paul's quiet leadership and unwavering support for his teammates were perhaps his most valuable contributions. His departure leaves a void, but it also inspires the Spurs to carry forward the values he embodied. As the Spurs prepare to honor Paul with a fitting tribute video when the Clippers visit next season, fans are left reflecting on the season that was and the lasting legacy of a true professional. Will the Spurs rise to new heights, building on the foundation Paul helped lay? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain. Chris Paul's time in San Antonio will be remembered with gratitude and admiration. So, here's to Chris Paul and his unforgettable chapter with the San Antonio Spurs. What are your thoughts on his impact and the future of the team? Share your views in the comments below.